And here we are up on the neck in mother of pearl.
So this is a photograph taken by a very famous photographer and friend of rock and roll, Henry Diltz.
This was backstage at the Hollywood Bowl.
And there's Mama Cass having a cigarette break.
We all smoked like fiends. Marlboro Reds.
So Henry's iconic photograph lent itself and contributed to the silhouettes that appear on the headstock of the guitar. The headstock has 4 beautiful little pearl inlays.
This was the guitar that John played even in the folk music days when he was in the Journeyman. He played a D28, right?
That's right.
And everybody played a Martin in those folk days, and then
still do.
Yeah. Then when he went on to play in the Mamas and the Papas, he always played it on stage. So it was, and he's playing it right here.
Well, this guitar also was used. We found out today that John wrote "If You're Going to San Francisco."
He wrote it on that guitar.
And the song was produced by John and Lou Adler.
Yep.
And
sung by Scott McKenzie.
And Scott borrowed John's guitar to record the song.
They recorded it in my studio. So we weren't supposed to have it. But.
Mama Cass, incredible vocalist and personality. And Owen's here with us today. And Mama Cass owned a Martin guitar too.
She did. She had a D20. She had a D28 that was converted to a D45, and she had beautiful inlays in it. And it's still something that we treasure in our family to this day. It's a beautiful guitar. Her name is Martina.
And I just want to add that I have, besides my 2 D28s, I have a 1926 Martin parlor guitar that is my joy. I love to play it. It's a little lady's guitar, and it's about half the size of this.
Jeffrey, do you want to say anything about
I can just tell you that our family is particularly touched that Martin Guitars decided to honor us, the memory of my father, John, who was a wonderful man, and the Mamas and Papas. And, I just couldn't be happier, and I thank you guys very much, and it's a real honor.
It's been a tremendous honor for Martin to work with all of the different family members. I'm thinking about Marshall Brickman, and his involvement with the Mamas Papas, of course, Lou Adler. The project came about as a result of Chris Martin, our CEO, was watching a PBS television special about the Mamas and Papas and saw, you remember the song Creek Alley by the Mamas and Papas that talked about mugwumps and John Sebastian and Zally, and I could sing it for you, actually.
We wrote it in 45 minutes. Honestly.
Well, in the PBS special, they touched on all those different groups leading up to the Mamas and Papas, and there were Martin guitars everywhere. And Chris Martin came back to me the next day and he said, "Hey, you've got to contact somebody and see if we can pay tribute to this group that has made such a tremendous impact on American culture." Michelle is the last surviving member of the group, and Denny Doherty, incredible tenor vocalist, just beautiful, beautiful vocals. Mm-hmm. Mama Cass with the power of her voice. John Phillips with his musicality, his instrumentation, his arrangements, and his vocals. Michelle with her incredible vocals and beauty, and just indelible, everlasting impact on our music. It's an emotional project. The best thing about it is that it brings to the limelight and to the forefront the contribution of this fantastic group, the Mamas and the Papas. On the inside, it has a label that's signed by Michelle personally and numbered in sequence. This is a limited edition of just 100 instruments. Also, a secondary label has the Henry Dilt's photograph with the imprinted signatures of John Phillips, Denny Doherty, and Mama Cass Elliott. And it says, dedicated to the ones we love. It's got Madagascar rosewood back and sides, which is premium, and Adirondack spruce, the best, most resonant spruce. Everything is done the right way.
Will you tell them what D stands for and what 28 stands for?
D stands for Dreadnought, or Denny. 28 was the price of a guitar back in the 1800s. That's where the nomenclature for Martin guitars came from. A D18, a style 18 guitar cost $18. A style 28 guitar cost $28. And even though inflation changed and prices rose, those numbers stuck with the nomenclature. So these guitars are made to be played, and we invite you all to come try and play them. I'm so thankful to Michelle, Jeffrey, and Owen for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
Can we do one also
Thanks a
just
lot.
with Dick and Michelle?